Many times we're afraid to pray. We don't think our prayers are good. We feel awkward, words like that. Wouldn't you hate it if your 4-year-old didn't want to talk to you because they was afraid to feel awkward? Or your 4-year-old was unwilling to come talk to you in front of people because they were afraid that somehow it'd be awkward and they wouldn't be accepted, or some kind of phrase like that? But many times we're the 35 or the 55-year-old adult, and that's how we approach God. That somehow God won't accept us. Somehow that whatever I say to God is going to sound weird or awkward or uncomfortable, or some kind of phrase that we might use. At the end of this passage, when it talks about because of this relationship, because the Spirit lives in us, we have this thing we call him Abba Father. It'd be our equivalent to daddy. Daddy, daddy. It's the same phrase. It'd be us calling him, like my daughter sometimes calls me father, being funny. But isn't father more of a title and daddy's more a relationship? Yes? I'm not saying when you pray your prayers, whether you call God or Father, or you call him daddy, I don't know, whatever, do your thing, man, right? I don't care about that. I don't think God cares about that. What I'm saying is it reveals a relationship. And many of us either don't have a relationship or we have a relationship, but because our mind is, the pattern of our thinking is based on our flesh, we don't think the way God thinks. And what verse 5 is saying is that if your pattern of thinking, because when it says mind, it's not talking about your brain, it's talking about your mind is what, is the way you think. It's your systems of thought, your patterns of thought. What it's saying is if my pattern of thought is based on my flesh, then that's going to lead me to being controlled by my flesh, to death, to those kind of things. If my pattern of thinking is focused, is the way on the ways of God, then I'm going to think differently, and therefore my outcomes will be differently. I'm going to function differently. And sometimes it's not like, this is bad, this is good. Okay, I'll do this. It's not even about that. Before you get to there, it's like, who am I in him? Do I have the right? I mean, the Bible says, approach the throne of God with, you know what the word is? Anybody know? The word's boldness. Approach the throne of God with boldness, knowing with great confidence, in other words, that you'll be accepted and received.